So whenever you say I am, what follows your subconscious mind immediately takes as a directive. So when you say I am broke, or when you say I'm overwhelmed, and when you say I'm stupid, or when you say I'm dumb, or when you say I'm clumsy, whatever you claim as an I am, your subconscious mind, remember, your subconscious mind is deductive. It has no ability to reason and it cannot reject the idea. It can't ask you for clarifying messages, and it accepts it with no ability to differentiate something from real or imagined. Imagine telling yourself so many times, I'm so dumb, I'm so stupid. What happens is our subconscious mind begins to immediately try to create those conditions and circumstances within you. Do you see the power of this? So when we claim the I amness, when we claim I'm broke or I'm stupid, your subconscious mind immediately registers it as a directive and as your identity. It has no ability to separate that from your being, and it has no ability to separate your being from your behavior. Again, it immediately registers it as a directive. That's when we begin to misuse these kinds of statements. When we don't speak the truth, instead of saying I'm broke, we could easily speak the truth. And I encourage people to use the strategy of up until now. Instead of saying I'm broke, where we're trying to describe our financial condition, the truth is up until now, I've lacked the resources to be able to do or have or be the things that I want in my life. Up until now. And the truth is, I'm changing that. There's great effort in catching ourselves. I remember a piece on the 5 mistakes people make when they set goals. One mistake that we make was that we set goals based on what we know we can do. And the teaching there is that when you step outside of your comfort zone to create something beyond the conditions and circumstances you have, let's just work, for example, with money. So you set a goal that you know you can do, that there's no real inspiration there. So you know maybe you're making $40,000 a year. You look at the conditions and circumstances of the world right now, and you look at the marketplace, and you know that you can make 45. So that becomes a goal. But that 45, that $5,000 is growth beyond the $40,000 mark. As soon as you step outside your zone of knowing, as soon as you step outside your comfort zone, and you have to begin to do the things you've never done before, meet the people you've never met before, travel places you've never been before, think in ways you've never thought before, change habits that you haven't developed, access resources and skills that you haven't accessed before. As soon as you do that, there's a very high likelihood and probably that you're going to fail. And you know what? No one likes to fail. We don't like to fail. Typically, when we fail, there's loss. There's loss of time, there's loss of social status, there's loss of finance, there's all kinds of negative attachments to fail. And I think that we could all agree to that. If the reward isn't great enough, why would you stay in that place of failure? I mean, why would you do that? You wouldn't. That's why, if you're going to set a goal, it's got to be a goal that is big enough that inspires you to go through the pain process rather than defaulting to what's familiar. We do it all the time. You hear people say, I like things just the way they are. I like things just the way they are. I like things just the way they are. When you say you like things just the way you are, you're announcing your ignorance to really the laws of growth. We create then patterns when we're living from this I amness. When we live from these I ams, they don't serve us. Now that's in your awareness, my encouragement this week is that you just pay real close attention. I always say, be aware of what you're aware of. Pay really close attention. Life and death begins in the tongue. People really pay close attention to what you're speaking into existence in your life. Pay really close attention to what it is that you're claiming your I am are. We do it by default and it becomes a pattern of thinking, and we don't even know that we're doing it. And how would you know? This is really the power of community, is being in a community of like-minded people who are going to encourage you. It's a matter of us working with our intellectual faculties. I mentioned them before: perception, reason, will, imagination, intuition, and memory. One of these is our perception, so we can begin to perceive our outside world. We can begin to shift how we define an I am. Like I said before, instead of I'm broke and allowing that to define our financial state, speak truth to it. Being part of this community, as I said, being in intentional practice with other people who have committed to the growth and intentionality and placing yourself in an environment conducive to growth and being encouraged and supportive is another way. So you've got 6 key points within the course that I'm creating that can help you with this change and be able to help you go through this. And I have you go through it systematically. So make sure that you sign up and get ready for this in the next week or so, and then be willing to do the work and gain a dramatic change in your life. Those powerful words, I am. Stay tuned as you get ready for this course. Review this lesson many times and understand the real power of the I am statement in the words that we speak and how they hit deep within. These 2 words go right into the subconscious mind. And to be able to change that, you can do it with the right I am statements. Thank you.